Hi, I'm Scott MacFarlane, class of 1998, graduate of Newhouse and Arts and Sciences. I've broadcast digital journalism and political philosophy. And I am a political reporter in Washington, D.C. for the Cox Media Group, our 11 TV stations, our 6 radio stations, and even our 3 newspapers.
Fantastic.
It's a joy.
So you stopped by the Career Services office today, and I guess it's perfect that you'll be giving some career advice this evening to students, but I guess we get to have a little sneak preview. Mm-hmm. Scott, when you were at Newhouse, is this what you saw yourself doing? Is this living the dream right now?
Yeah,
or?
I kind of had broadcasting in my blood since before I even arrived at college.
Yeah.
And the day I got to Newhouse, the day I got on campus for the first day of freshman year, the first building I entered was Newhouse 2, to go up to what was then WAER in Newhouse 2 and sign up on the volunteer forums and get on the air as soon as possible. Then I went running down to Watson Theater Complex to join WJPZ as soon as possible. And the joke is in my family that I was signed up to be on WAER and signed up to be on WJPZ before my parents' car had gotten on I-81 South to go home from having dropped me off. And my father called that night when he got back home to see how my first day of school went.
Yeah.
And he goes, Scott, how was college? It has the first day of college. And I said, Dad, it was awesome. The first thing I did was check out the 2 radio stations and got all signed up and get trained. I'm going to be on the air soon. And he pauses dramatically and goes, Scott, that's fine, but I would have hoped and would have assumed the first thing you would have checked out at college would be the girls at college. But we broadcasters have many passions in our lives.
That's fantastic. So what would you say to the students who sit in our broadcast classes now and want to do this, who want to make this a reality? What has it taken for you to see this success? I mean, what is it that makes a strong reporter, makes a strong intern, who then becomes a strong reporter? What's your advice to them?
If I had any moderate success in this industry, anybody watching this who's in Newhouse now can have incredible success. I am the least likely person to be successful at the industry I've chosen. Though I have broadcasting in my blood and I always wanted to be on the air, I was kind of a radio guy here at Newhouse. I didn't know how to tie a tie until I was 22 years old. Not exactly a good skill to lack when you're going into broadcast television.
Yeah.
And what's more, I didn't have the look of a TV person. I had a buzzed haircut, didn't understand makeup. But what you learn is that to be a successful journalist, a broadcast journalist, the other stuff, the looks, the performance ability on camera, that'll come. What you need to have is an enterprising nature. You need to have story ideas. What employers are looking for right now, especially in media, are ideas people. People who have good brainstorming sessions, people who are creative, people who have a story idea or a new presentation idea or a new idea of which direction this organization should go. They need ideas people. There's plenty of folks who can follow a playbook. There's plenty of folks who can clip a story out of the newspaper and then try to put that story on TV tonight. They're not in demand. There's no need for those people. They're decreasingly useful. They have declining market value. Yeah. What broadcast operations need are ideas people, people who can enterprise.
Talk to me about how Twitter has helped you to develop those ideas, and then once you have the idea, to find the sources and folks and characters to talk about said ideas, because I think it's really changed reporting.
Dramatically so. Stories need characters. From a book you read in first grade to a story you watch on television that night, no story is a story unless it has a character, and Twitter helps you find people who are impacted. You can't do a story about a dangerous road unless you find somebody who's been impacted by that dangerous road, perhaps someone who's had a loved one injured in a car accident or someone who's had their car damaged. You need a character for a story, and Twitter and other social media really have exponentially grown our ability to find characters for our stories. I can search by zip code for people who are impacted by certain issues, trends, topics, or keywords. For somebody who works in Washington, D.C. and puts stories on the air each night in Dayton, in Wheeling, in San Francisco, in Atlanta, in Charlotte, in Orlando, it's so important for me to be able to search by zip code to find people in my TV markets who are impacted by what I'm reporting on in Washington.
And I think Twitter has also helped for the WJPZ card to stay in touch with those alumni. How did WJPZ shape your career and now those connections that you still maintain, years after graduating?
Whatever moderate success I'd have had none of it without WJPZ and WAER, 2 most fundamentally successful media organizations, university educational media organizations in America. They are both that fantastic. Not only do you learn skill sets, you're able to make mistakes and not cost the company money or cost yourself a job. You can make errors. You can learn by doing at WJPC, WAER in ways you can't do it on the job. Anybody who doesn't tap into those resources while here at Newhouse is foolish, because they're the greatest educational opportunities you get outside the classroom. But more importantly, you talk about WJPZ, you're talking about more than a radio station. You're talking about a place where two things are true, where the word broadcasting is almost holy. It is such a fundamental part of everybody's bloodstream that walks through the doors. But what's more, you're talking about a family. WJPZ alums treat each other as family. These are not casual acquaintances. These are not professional acquaintances. These are people for whom you'd lay over hot coals if you had to, for whom you'd run into traffic if you had to. And it's a wonderful part of my life. But more importantly, how can you not succeed in a career when your industry is populated by people who are from WJPZ for whom you'd lay over hot coals?
Phenomenal. Anything you think I missed? A last piece of advice for students? Parting words, if you will.
Enjoy as much college as you can. Some of us became so tunnel visioned about our media opportunities at school that we spent so much time with our media opportunities at school we didn't spend enough time actually enjoying school. There's something fundamental about college you never get to replicate anywhere else. Make sure you're still having time to just go down to Kimmel, have some food, just spend time with friends, just dishing dirt in the dorm. Enjoy yourself, enjoy your time. And I could speak without equivocation that my life wouldn't be the same without enjoying college a little bit, because I met my wife the first day of school at Day Hall. And we've been married for 9 years. She is the mother of my son. She is the love of my life. And if I hadn't taken a little time to actually enjoy college, I might have missed that. And that's irreplaceable.
So I guess you did check out those girls that first day.
Yeah, I see. I did both. You see, you got to juggle as a broadcaster. And I was able to juggle.
It all comes together. Scott MacFarlane, class of 1998. Thanks so much, Scott.
Thank you.